Well, Jeremy Roberts down there on ground. We're about to commence one of our very important awards at the Royal Melbourne Show for 2022. It is our Champion Large Show Hunter Hack, the John Lithgow Award for Show Hunter Hacks over 16 hands. And of course, this class is given in memory of John Lithgow of Flowerfield and Coldstream. Now, I know you were talking to his wife, Elizabeth, earlier today, and what a wonderful contributor John Lithgow was to the Royal Melbourne Show.
Yeah, that's right, Peter. I did have a great opportunity to chat with Elizabeth Lithgow, and it was wonderful to chat with her and hear some wonderful stories about the involvement of John Lithgow here at Melbourne Royal Show, and a wonderful man who contributed greatly. He was a counsellor here at the show, and wonderful to have the involvement and wonderful to have the support of the family here as well. I know that John and Elizabeth's family are here enjoying the Melbourne Show today. The John Lithgow of Flowerfield Coldstream, elected to the RASV Council in 1971 and became a life councillor in 1991. Chairman of the Horse Committee from 1988 to 1991, Master of Yarra Glen and Lilydale Hunt Club from 1956 to 1971, a past President of the Victorian Polo Association. Elizabeth tells wonderful stories about John's involvement here at the Royal Melbourne Show. And he often enjoyed getting involved in the Gary Owen and bunking the ladies up. I think by all accounts, he was a man that had a great sense of humour and really enjoyed the wonderful spectacle that is Melbourne Royal Show. And as I said, it's wonderful to have Elizabeth Lithgow and the family here to support this wonderful class, and great to have the legacy of John Lithgow remembered. So for those of you on the live stream, you get to find out a little bit more information, and I can tell you this horse right here. It is Bryony Lee's nomination number 1783, I believe. 1752. There you are, the bit of the glary lights on this horse, but Warrawee Steam Heat probably showing his inexperience there. A young horse at his first Royal Show. It's his 5th birthday today. They took out the best novice and they went on to win the class to get them into the championship here. But Bryony Lee is a bit busy right now. She's been riding the Galloway in the championship, and she's out here in this Show Hunter Hack Championship as well. So she's been busy, but unfortunately there, I think a little bit of a hiccup for that horse. Might put it out of contention for the championship, but a wonderful young horse owned by Bryony Lee and Warrawee Steam Heat. This is number 1655. It's the BR Show Team nomination of Power Play, ridden by Bryony Randall. Bryony was the rider in class 128, the Show Hunter Ladies Hack over 16 hands. That was class number 128. And making their way into the championship via that class. Number 1655, the BR Show Team's Power Play, owned by Matilda Longbottom and ridden by Bryony Randall. Now, Bryony Randall, right here on the live stream, we're commentating and just involving those people at home. Power play had a bit of a cheeky day a bit earlier today, but you stepped on board for the ladies and a win there. I know that the Longbottom family will be happy with that. Do you put on a good show for the championship?
Yeah, he's a really fun horse to ride. Glad Riley was on him early, got the buck out of him for me. So, yeah, no, had a great ride. It was fun. A bit puffed, but he's a big hooer to get around. But, yeah, I think that's pretty good. He was, yeah.
Now, this is the horse you've got in the stables now?
Yeah, he's at our place in the team, owned by Tildy Longbottom, and she does a lot of the riding, but today she made me get on board and we got a win, so that was good.
You have to work hard for the money sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well done, Bryony Randall there with power play. But I think we have the results of the champion Galloway coming to us very shortly. So if we do get interrupted, I do apologise. Down here in Ring 1, we are seeing the Show Hunter Hack over 16-hand championship and the Open Galloways rather in Ring 2.
Well, Jeremy Roberts down on ground there. We have very important award taking place in Arena 2 at the moment, and this is for our champion Galloway Hack, over 14 hands, not over 15 hands. Kindly supported by the Riding Pony Studbook Society, by International Animal Health, and by the Durtell family at Future Farms, also the Australian Pony Studbook Society. Ladies and gentlemen, this very prestigious champion Galloway Hack Award goes to competitor number 1146. It's Royal Opera, the entry of Darren Telford and Greg Geary. They take out the award for our champion Galloway Hack of the Royal Melbourne Show for 2022. Well, Jeremy, of course, for every champion, we have a reserve champion. And our reserve champion, Galloway Hack for 2022, the award goes to competitor 1914. It's MacArthur Park Star Soprano and Isabel Kerr. Congratulations, having a great show. Winner of the Grand Parade trophy just yesterday, and now reserve champion Galloway Hack for Melbourne 2022. Our champion Royal Opera, nominated by Darren Telford and Greg Geary. Our reserve champion MacArthur Park Star Soprano and Isabel Kerr.
So congratulations to those competitors in the Galloway Championship. But down here in Ring 1 on the live stream, we're currently watching Federer work out to the Universal Stables and Kairos family's nomination in Federer. They were the winner of the Gents Show Hunter. Here at Melbourne Royal, we are seeing for the first time those championships for the hacks, both the Open Hacks and the Show Hunters being split, a small and a large championship. This is the large Show Hunter Hack Championship. So Federer here, the winner of the Gents Show Hunter Hack over 16 hands. But what we have just watched was Revelwood Steadfast. Georgia Greenwell with her nomination number 1547. They were the winner of the Open Show Hunter over 16, not exceeding 16 two hands. Georgia, I've had a chance to chat with you a few times during today, but how did you fare going into that championship? How did you think you worked?
I think in that championship I was a lot more forward and he definitely covered the ground a little bit more, so hopefully that goes in our favour. But yeah, really happy with how he went no matter what the result is today.
You've had a good show, a good day so far. Did you watch the previous championship? Is that why you sort of got up and went a bit more, or what was the thinking behind that?
No, I just know that this horse does have a beautiful going upbeat gallop, and he really does cover the ground. And I think knowing Shelley and what she's had in the past, she certainly does like a horse that covers the ground. So I was trying to go down that path, so hopefully it works in our favour today.
Well, absolutely. I've chatted to Shelley a couple of times. She said she likes a horse to get up and get across the ground. So we'll see how you fare. Good luck.
Thanks so much, Jeremy.
So Revelwood Steadfast with Georgia Greenwell there. Federer just completing their workout number 409. The next of our competitors to go, this is number 1404. Number 1404. This is Beyond Reasonable Doubt. I mentioned about Melissa Gillies' horses and her naming them along the lines of her career as a barrister. Well, here we are, Beyond Reasonable Doubt. Melissa Gillies, another nomination. She was the winner of or the owner rather, of the horse that took out the small championship of the show hunters. We'll see how she fares in the large championship. This Beyond Reasonable Doubt. Melissa Gillies, nomination number 1404. They were the winner of the show hunter hack gelding class over 16 hands. Class 127 making their way into this championship.
Well, a very big thank you indeed to Lisa Smith, our judge in our show Galloway ring this year. Thank you, Lisa. Really appreciate your expertise and the time you've given to officiate with our Galloway classes, our show Galloway classes for our show, the Melbourne Royal Show for 2022.
Now, for those of you watching the live stream, I'm just looking up at the big screen here. You can see the lights are on. The mood has definitely changed from earlier in the show, but it seems that all of our horses are working very well in this championship. It's quite interesting here at Melbourne Royal Show. We've seen it over a number of years since the move to this arena. When the temperature drops in the afternoon, things can go a little bit pear-shaped for some of our horses out here when it gets to those championships, but it seems the experience has come to the fore with some of our riders out here. These horses are working very well for this championship, and our judge Shelley Penny will no doubt be impressed by that. Winners of the open classes, that's the open show hunter over 16, not exceeding 16 two hands, and the winner of the open show hunter over 16 two hands. Both of those have their ticket into the championship. There's also the ladies and the gents class winners, and also in this championship, the winner of the mare and the gelding. So both of those also get into the championship. So we have a lineup of 6 competitors here in this large show hunter hack over 16 hands. Now the final of those horses to complete their individual workout, number 1508, Jasden Dark Perfection, Rebecca Growan's nomination. They were the winner of the mare class, the show hunter mare class. As I mentioned, the gelding and the mare also eligible for the championship. But number 1404 was the winner of the gelding class. Jess, this is the other horse owned by Melissa Gillies that is very well named, Beyond Reasonable Doubt. Melissa Gillies, obviously a wonderful client for you. Great to have both of those horses into the championship.
Yeah, he is very aptly named, along with Fling. Yeah, I'm very lucky to get the ride for Mel and Robert. They're certainly great clients, and I'm very fortunate for their support. I'm really happy with how he worked just then. A really strong lineup of quality horses. And yeah, it's fantastic to be out here on the main arena under the lights.
Now, I did see a bit of an applause by the crowd. We often see when it comes to a championship, people would like to come out of their stables and out of their lockers and come and check out the championship. Often the test is if people clap and cheer for you. Each of the horses will have their own cheer squad, but the collective applause is got to be pretty positive for you.
Oh yeah, for sure. You always see people come out of hibernation when the championships are on, which is great to see. There's quite a few people out in the stands supporting, and yeah, it's always nice when you get an overall round of applause and not just from your home territory.
Jess, rather, you're a bit of a perfectionist. You come out here and your horses often work, well, most of the time, for the majority of the time, they work very well. That's sort of, something you're very proud of, the sort of attention to detail and that perfectionism that you come out into the ring with. It's something you're known for.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as we all know, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that go into what we do, and we earn our ribbons at home and collect them at the show. So a lot of hard working at home, a lot of training, and to hopefully put it all together when we get out here on the main arena.
Well, I think you did that today. We'll see if Shelley Penny thinks so as well. But Jess Stone's there with her exhibit for Melissa Gillies in this Show Hunter Hack Championship over 16 hands, the large Show Hunter Hack. And we'll catch up with our final competitor here in Rebecca Groen with her horse, Jasden Dark Perfection. I know she was very happy to get into this championship lineup. And you can just see our stewards there just sorting out to see what happens with our reserve champion. So we'll find out shortly what that result is, and we'll see if another horse comes out to contest the reserve championship. Now, Beck Groen, we're on the live stream. We're not broadcasting here to the arena, so you can say anything you like to a degree, but happy with that performance. I was just saying to Jess Stones that when the applause comes from the crowd, sometimes it's from your own little team, but sometimes it's across the board from everyone, and I think you got that, so a good workout for you.
Yeah, very happy with her. As I said earlier today, this is her first big show, and she's just handled it amazing, so very happy.
Well done. You're enjoying the ride on this horse. You've got a good stable of horses, haven't you, at the moment?
Yeah, I do. I'm very lucky. I've got 3 show hunters at the moment. I've just got a new one, so I'm very spoiled.
You are very spoiled. You're doing a great job. Great to see you out here, Jimmy. Great to have you out here in the championship lineup. Rebecca Groen's nomination there in Jasden Dark Perfection. So we'll just see what happens here in terms of a horse coming in for the reserve championship, whether we have a second place getter in the lineup. We'll see what happens in just a few moments. Great to have the wonderful support of Elizabeth Lithgow for this, the John Lithgow Memorial Award. Well, Peter Hegney, right here on the arena, something interesting has happened. I'm not going to let you in with what has happened, but sometimes we have a horse that comes in to contest a reserve championship. Sometimes that second place getter is already in the lineup. Sometimes we're not really sure what happens, but I can tell you we're going to bring those horses over for the presentation of the championship in just a moment. So I think a few people will be scratching their heads thinking, who is the champion? Who is the reserve champion? But I can tell you the results are in. You'll have them coming up to you there in the broadcast in just a few moments, Peter, but we'll have the results for the championship for 2022, the large Show Hunter over 16 hands.
Well, Jeremy Roberts, nice to have you back live with us now. You've been doing the live streaming down there, which you continue to do. Gee, I think you'd agree, a wonderful lineup of contenders for our champion large Show Hunter Hack.
Absolutely, Peter. Interesting here at Royal Melbourne Show in 2022, we're seeing those large hack classes, the open hacks last night or yesterday, and the show hunters being split into what we call small and large championships. But that definitely has not diminished the quality down here. I can tell you that, Peter. We had a wonderful lineup in the small show hunters and another wonderful lineup in the large show hunter hacks here. So we'll find out who Shelley Penny has decided for the champion for 2022. But absolutely beautiful horses down here. The winner of the open classes, the ladies and the gents, the mare and the gelding class, all to contest for this championship.
Well, Ladies and gentlemen, the fanfare is for the champion in Class 133S, champion large show hunter hack, competing for the John Lithgow Award for show hunter hacks over 16 hands, named in memory of the late Mr. John Lithgow, former chairman of our horse committee, amongst many other roles he had here at the Royal Melbourne Show. But our champion is competitor number 1547. It's Revelwood Steadfast and Georgia Greenwell. Well, congratulations. Georgia looking a little surprised and shocked down there, but a great win to Revelwood Steadfast and Georgia Greenwell.
And I hope, John DeMarco, you'll be watching. John couldn't be joining us here. I know he's a fan of the live stream. He'll be absolutely thrilled with this result. Congratulations, Georgia Greenwell and the Connections, number 1547. Peter, they were the winner of the Show Hunter Hack over 16, not exceeding 16 two hands. I mentioned to you, Peter, we wouldn't really know what happened in the championship, and that is because the second place getter to this horse did, in fact, not present for the championship. So all of those riders were sitting there none the wiser as to who the championship was going to go to. So fabulous to have a very surprising result there for Georgia Greenwell and her Revelwood Steadfast.
Really appreciate Elizabeth Lithgow being here to make the presentation. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you to your family for being here with us tonight. And I think you'd agree, John would be very proud of our large show hunter hack champion.
This beautiful horse, Peter, by Stedinger out of Revelwood Destiny, Revelwood Steadfast, 2014 gelding. What a wonderful show they have had. Congratulations to Georgia and to the Connections. She's just said, Peter, to me earlier on the live stream, and she just said, you know what, we've had a great show. Horses worked well. She will be absolutely thrilled, as will the Connections. And as I said, John DeMarco, I hope you're watching the live stream and enjoying this wonderful result for you and for the family.
And now to the award of our reserve champion, large show hunter hack. And this award goes to competitor 409. It's Federer, nomination of Universal Stables and Kate Kairos, ridden by Adam Oliver. They take out the reserve champion large show hunter hack award.
All the way from Queensland, Adam Oliver with the Universal Stables and Kairos Families nomination. I think I saw the Kairos family here earlier. Congratulations to the Connections, Federer. Peter Hegney, you would know that horse has enjoyed immeasurable success right around the country on the national stage as well. And fantastic to have them here at Melbourne Royal for 2022.
Absolutely, Jeremy Roberts. As I said earlier, I think our show hunter hack classes here this year have been outstandingly strong. We have some very, very worthy winners. Lovely, lovely horses, and isn't it so good to see our show hunter hacks, our show hunters generally, just performing so well on the show ring. But a big win here for Revelwood Steadfast and Georgia Greenwell, and the reserve championship to Federer and Adam Oliver.
Georgia Greenwell, I do want to say congratulations to you before you leave the arena. You looked absolutely surprised. This must be a wonderful and very surprising result for you.
I'm just over the moon. You know, he hasn't been the easiest horse, but I love him to bits, so I'm very, very happy.
Wonderful to see the emotion there. Congratulations. Put your hands together, Melbourne, for the champion for 2022. Two very beautiful exhibits there in Revelwood Steadfast and the reserve champion going the way of Federer. So fantastic to see. Ladies and gents, thanks for joining in on the live stream as well. Don't forget tomorrow the Gary Owen Trophy, the very prestigious Gary Owen Trophy, right here on the arena. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow, but please put your hands together as we see our champion and reserve champion show hunter horses over 16 hands make their way around the arena. The winner there, Georgia Greenwell's nomination, Revelwood Steadfast, and the reserve champion, the Universal Stables and Kairos Families nomination in Federer.
Well, thank you very much, Jeremy Roberts, down there on ground, and for doing our live streaming for us today. So on behalf of Lindsay Douglas and myself, Peter Hegney, wish you a very good evening. We look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow, as Jeremy mentioned, Gary Owen at 10 a.m. Prior to that, we have 2 other turnout classes, the Jack Pemberton at 8 a.m. and the KG Luke at 9 a.m., which leads us in to the Big G, the Gary Owen at 10 o'clock.